This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, where you can report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. Call 1-800-780-TIPS. By Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated. No matter what the weather condition is outside, have it your way inside. 239-693-1569. And by Lee Health.
All right, Southwest Florida, welcome to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. Where are we? We are at a fabulous place. It's an oasis in the community. I'll be here for the next 4 weeks. We're at the Quality Life Center, Southwest Florida, under the leadership of my good friend, Abdul Haq Muhammad. We have a fabulous show in store for you today when we get a chance to talk to some individuals who are making a huge difference in Southwest Florida. They're associated with the Cape Coral Community Foundation. Get a chance to talk to Mike Chatman, the ultimate president and CEO. Also, we'll have Joseph Cerino, board member for the Cape Coral Community Foundation. In the second part of our show, we'll get to talk to a sports legend. He's doing a great job with the kids over there in basketball. Warriors Elite Basketball's head coach is here, Ron Newsom. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back. Okay, Southwest Florida, we're so thrilled to get back here with some representatives from the Cape Coral Community Foundation. Let's get your full name right now.
Joe Cerino.
Joe Cerino, attorney.
Yes.
What's the name of your firm and what type of practice do you practice?
I'm a sole practitioner. It's a law office of Joseph Cerino. I do predominantly family law and some criminal law too.
Okay, we'll certainly be in touch with you and keep up the good work. And you're the president and the CEO of the Cape Coral Community Foundation, not a stranger to the show. What is the Cape Coral Community Foundation?
Well, it's a regional foundation that has a very powerful mission to try to work with nonprofits, donors, and professional advisors to build community charitable assets to make grants back to nonprofits in the community. And
as the president and the CEO, to have an impact on a community like you do, what does that do for you personally to know that you're impacting this community in that kind of way?
It's extraordinarily fulfilling to know that I have a role, I have the support of the board of directors, I have the support of our local donors to be able to unlock financial assets that these nonprofits so desperately need to be able to execute their mission so that they can have an impact in the community. So that's very fulfilling to know I have a part of that.
Mm-hmm. Counselor, talk about your role as a board member. What are some things that you guys try to implement in working closely with the CEO?
Well, Michael has made our job extremely easy. We've been through a few years of transition, and then when Michael came on, it's just been fantastic. It runs itself with Michael there. Pretty much what we do is make sure that the finances are going well, that the agency is solvent. We are part of a fundraising arm. We're in charge of raising funds for the community foundation, and just kind of being out there in the community and making sure everybody knows about it.
Mm-hmm. What impresses you the most so far on what you've been able to accomplish?
What has been great is our move to get more into other parts of Lee County outside of Cape Coral. And in fact, I was kind of a non-believer of that. I thought that Cape Coral was where we should be. However, our moves out into Lee County have been fantastic. And we have just expanded our reach so much. And I'm sure it's going to pay off for the Community Foundation.
Now, I remember, Mr. President, that a while back, and I think I might even mention that to you, I guess the decision was to just keep the name Cape Coral on the name, even though you do things outside of Cape Coral. Unpack that for me.
Yeah, so that is something that's constantly a conversation for our board to talk about a potential name change, because the reality is, as Joe mentioned, our board chair, we do things throughout all of Lee County and the region for that matter. And so we do say that we have a global reach. And that's very true in every sense, because not only do we do things regionally, with the proliferation of the internet and all those tools that are available to us in social media, we're really talking to donors everywhere and supporters everywhere, but we're constantly revisiting that.
And you mentioned the word donors. You have a two-pronged mechanism there. You got on the one hand, you're getting donors to make the donations, and then on the other hand, you're finding organizations and companies in different places that can benefit from those who qualify. Walk us through that.
Yeah, I think you raised a very good point there. So we do have our own network of donors that we work with, but we also work very closely with the nonprofit organizations, one being the Quality Life Center, which I'm
where we are
right now. We work with them to find a match. So we do a lot of matchmaking where you may have some donors who are not in alignment with our mission, but they love the mission of the Quality Life Center.
I see.
And so we do a lot of matchmaking. And then we also help to take those small entry-level donors that nonprofits have and explain other ways of how they can give non-cash assets like gifts of stocks and insurance and real estate. And those lead to even more bigger, more substantial contributions for the nonprofits. Now,
Joseph, when people make those donations, they're tax deductible, and there are different ways that you guys walk them through that process?
Yes, they could donate directly to the Cape Coral Community Foundation. It's tax deductible. And also, some folks will set up their own fund for a specific purpose, whether they're into scholarships or something like that. I'm also involved in the Cape Coral Gold Coast Rotary Club, and we actually have a scholarship fund with the Cape Coral Community Foundation. They take care of the money, invest it, try to bring us some return on the money that we have there. And then in turn, we use the money to finance scholarships that my club gives out to kids in the community.
Just in general, the person who's sitting there who hasn't really thought about how their monies are being invested, like they just might be sitting there and say, I want to do some good in the community, watching us on television now, to get involved with a foundation specific like a Cape Coral Community Foundation, that can help relieve them of that thought process, because you guys will bring different mechanisms and then you'll take it from there.
Exactly. They don't want to think about, they want the fund there, they want somebody taking care of it. It's something that they don't have to deal with, but they know it's there, and of course they can check on their money at any time and where the money is going. Like I said, a fund could be set up just for a specific purpose, like scholarships or something like that.
Now, Mike, the Cape Coral Community Foundation, I've been around here a long time, and off the top of my head, if I thought about a foundation, I wouldn't think of any foundation just like household word except for Cape Coral Community Foundation. Right. Now, the reason that is the case is the branding that I see. Yeah. I didn't know of Cape Coral Community Foundation until you started the job. I'm not trying to gas you up or anything. Yeah. And now I'm just like, it's second nature. You guys are constantly putting on events. Some of the events are fundraisers. Some of the events are just recognizing donors. You make people feel like they're part of the team. Talk about that strategy. Yeah, so we have a lot of ambassadors for the organization. You being one. That's right. I was going to say, I'm an ambassador. You're one of the major ambassadors. That's right. Our grantees, our board members, our donors are all ambassadors. We have now 15,000 subscribers to our weekly newsletters. Our outreach through Twitter and all the social media platforms has really expanded our reach and our impact. And so people see us as that community foundation. Even though we're based in Cape Coral, people recognize that we have a regional imprint, and they feel an affinity to us. They're really in line with our mission, particularly as we reach out to the smaller to more mid-sized nonprofits that have lean funding opportunities. They see us as a resource, and as a result of that, they feel indebted to want to tell other people about us. And I like when I read about the different ways that you train nonprofits, you bring them in, you get their paperwork together. Even sometimes when they're applying, they may not qualify at the moment, but you seem like you have a lot of experts who come in and give seminars and things of that nature. Speak to that, Joseph.
Yeah, that's a new thing that Michael has brought on that has just been fantastic, to train these nonprofits and how to ask for money, how to make sure that their agency is solvent. It goes so far in the community and making sure that all these services are still there for everyone, because money is what they need, and they need to know how to manage it, and they need to know how to raise it. And along that way, I see Cape Coral Community Foundation moving around in our diverse communities. You're in all the communities. You're in Dunbar, you're in Lehigh, you're everywhere. You're around African Americans, Hispanics, whites, all different races, all economic statuses. You're just like grassroots in a way. Yeah, that's very true. We are everywhere. And just a case in point, I used to be involved with the Lee County Legal Aid Society. I don't think they ever dealt with the Community Foundation. And when I got on the board, I talked to the president of the board of directors of Legal Aid, and I said, "You guys need to apply for this grant." And now they applied for the grant, and now they're pretty involved.
Yeah, really?
They actually helped out at the Generous Lee reception, and so there's a grassroots thing. And what they do is they help families who can't afford lawyers, who are in the midst of divorce or paternity action, trying to get child support, and they help folks that can't afford a lawyer. You don't have the right to a lawyer in a civil case. It's not like criminal law where you have a public defender. But this is a part of the community that is really needed, and sometimes goes a little bit ignored. That thinking, well, who needs a lawyer for a divorce?
Right.
That's kind of at the bottom of the need spectrum, but it serves a great need in our community.
Right.
And it serves a lot of folks here, and they had no idea. I know I was on the board there, and we never dealt with the Community Foundation, and now they're pretty good partners with them now.
Outstanding. Now let me make sure I mention it, because you mentioned reception. You guys do a lot of reception.
We do.
And people show up, and they all have different characteristics.
Yes.
And it keep people engaged with what you're doing. You got a reception coming up in April, and I'm promoting it in some kind of way, trying to be modest about it. But I'm so honored to be a part of a person who's being awarded, along with some other honorees. Speak to that.
Yeah, so April 16th is coming up, and we're having our own annual donor appreciation dinner. And again, it speaks to our imprint throughout Lee County and also the region. And we are so honored to honor you as much as you are honored to have us honor you.
Right.
So you will be
when I got that phone call, I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like getting an Oscar. It's like getting an Oscar.
Yeah, I'm somebody, right?
You are somebody.
And I'm encouraging all my friends to come out. They can go to the website,
which is
and get their tickets.
CapeCoralCF.org. CapeCoralCF.org.
Okay, and we got that on the screen. And tell us what, when, and where.
Yeah, so it's going to be April 16th. It's going to be at 5:30 p.m. at the Palmetto Pine Country Club in Cape Coral.
Okay, come out. I've been to that country club.
Yes.
Come out and support me being recognized by a renowned organization like that. I appreciate all of you. I'll be in touch. But also, along that way, the other honorees are whom?
So Wayne Kirkwood from Kirkwood Electric would be one. Also Gloria Rosso Tate from
Congratulations.
Rosso Realty, that's been a pillar in the Cape Coral community for over 40 years, is another one. And then the other one is Brian Rist. So Brian Rist is the founder of the Rist Family Foundation, and most people probably know him as the founder of Storm Smart.
I see.
So those
right, yeah. I think I got a chance to see him at one of your events before. He does a lot of innovative things. You mentioned ambassador, but I want to go to Joseph on that. The process of being an ambassador in a general sense, there are so many ways that people can volunteer and do things to help the foundation. Speak to that.
Give the foundation a call. Hopefully you put our phone number up on
and
the
you
screen.
don't have to be rich.
No, you don't. You do not. I believe you can start a fund at $5,000?
Yeah, $5,000.
$5,000 to start a fund. And of course, we take donations much smaller than that to help the Community Foundation itself. The funds are not ours. The funds are other people's money that we safeguard. However, the Cape Coral Community Foundation needs money to run too. Michael has a staff. Michael has, the Community Foundation has expenses. Anyone, if they want to help out with the Community Foundation, just give Michael a call at our office.
And we got the number on the screen as well.
Great.
You want to add anything to that?
No, I think you've done a very good job. We're here for the community. We love working with the smaller nonprofits, the startups, those that are still trying to reach capacity. We help to incubate those nonprofits, make them successful so they can be in position for bigger funding. So we encourage the smaller nonprofits to contact us. Yes.
And a lot of the smaller nonprofits are happy to hear that because they think nobody really cares about us. I may be able to throw you some names out there, throw some people your way as well, because they're always trying to get on the television show all the time.
Yeah.
I want you to take a look at that camera, make an appeal to the community. 30 seconds, Mr. CEO, say something to them.
Well, give us a call at the Cape Coral Community Foundation. We're here to support you. The small nonprofits and the donors that want to give to them, so we could be reached at 542-5594.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
And I look forward to getting you back in the future, okay?
Thank you.
And I'll see you on April
16.
April 16th. I'll have it it's on my calendar.
Yes.
But as the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like these fine gentlemen from the Cape Coral Community Foundation who are doing it. When we come back, we'll talk to the head coach is in the house.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello, everybody. This is Lee Pitts, the host of the award-winning Lee Pitts Live here on Fox 4. We appreciate you watching our show here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, clicking below. Let everybody else know that they can subscribe as well. Also, when we're on the air on Fox 4, you can also catch us streaming live at 8:30 a.m. in the morning on fox4now.com. Just click on live and you get us all types of ways at your convenience. That's Lee Pitts Live.